Hi, my name is Holly McFarland. I am the PR Director for East Texas Communities Foundation. So East Texas Giving Day falls under my umbrella of responsibility. And as part of our efforts to provide education for our participating nonprofits, we do a series of webinars and seminars. And so today we're going to work on best practices. And so what I did was I went back and reviewed some of last year's campaigns and found some of my all-stars, some of my friends from different nonprofits that were able to have a successful campaign. And so today I have one of those with me today. So tell us, what's your name and what organization are you with?
Hey Holly, I'm Christy Bice. I'm with the Winnie Humane Society of Angelina County.
Okay, great. So how long have you been there?
I've been there since 2018, June of 2018.
Okay, and tell us about the mission of the organization.
We have 4 parts to our mission. We house homeless dogs and cats. We have a low-income spay-neuter program helping prevent pet overpopulation. We have an adoption program where we find our furry friends loving homes. And then animal welfare education.
Okay, good stuff. Okay, so how did you hear about East Texas Giving Day?
Through our local Chamber of Commerce and other local nonprofits who participated in the past, and then our our executive directors forum group that we have in Lufkin.
Okay, what made your organization want to join the movement last year?
Well, obviously to raise funds for the organization and get the awareness of the Winnie Humane Society out there in our community, that we do operate off of donations, and so making that connection and just furthering our fund development efforts and trying to execute our mission.
Something I was going to ask was, how long has Winnie the Humane Society, been in Lufkin? I'm not sure if I know that part of the history.
Long-standing history. We've been there since 1964.
Oh, okay.
So 56 years, the Winnie Humane Society has been in operation.
Oh, wow. Okay. So was 2020 your first Giving Day?
It was for me. The organization participated in the past, just kind of dabbed in a little bit, but I wanted to see what we could do with it, and so we tried it.
Okay, great. Before participating in East Texas Giving Day, had your organization launched any online campaigns in the past? So were you familiar with how to do social media fundraising?
No, I would say I was a novice in it. That was not a particular skill set of mine as an executive director. And in nonprofits, sometimes we wear multiple hats. So I inherited that and needed to learn. So just going through East Texas Giving Day and attending the webinars and seminars just helped me improve and grow those skills and abilities.
How many folks are on your staff? I didn't ask that.
We carry normally 5.
Okay, and then you have a bunch of volunteers maybe?
Right.
Okay.
About 200 volunteers. So actually 249.
Did you set a goal for your organization as part of Giving Day?
I did. I'm a competitive person, and so I like to set goals and work really hard to achieve them. So we did. We set, I believe I set an initial goal of 5,000, and then I moved it up to 7,500.
Oh, great. Okay. Did your staff take advantage of online trainings that we offered through East Texas Giving Day?
Absolutely. That was a vital part of us understanding East Texas Giving Day and utilizing the resources that were available to help us get the message out there to the community.
Was there any particular one that you thought was a great resource that you could go back and review and use?
Absolutely. I can think of several, actually. It was the kickoff campaign, and that was important because it helped me learn about East Texas Giving Day. And then once we got to launching the webinars and stuff, the matching funds webinar was really important. That was important because I learned, which this is true with fund development campaigns anyways, matching funds help you obtain your fundraising goal because it plays a little bit on competitiveness as well with your donor, and 2-for-1, the donor seeing their dollar go further.
Yeah, it's the marketing and the mindset that the match money helps facilitate whenever you're trying to convey the urgency of the gifts, So the match one's always I highly recommend the match one for any nonprofit, whether they're a repeat performer in Giving Day or it's their first time. The match has just got some general fundraising concepts that you can take with you throughout.
Absolutely.
We did social media basics, social media advanced. We threw in video at the end.
Right.
That was an unscheduled.
That was a bonus.
Yeah, that was a bonus round for us.
It was, and I mean, you had great lineups of people that came in and helped us develop these skills and abilities to help us have successful campaigns. And I was so grateful because, like you said, we've carried those on. I've carried those on past East Texas Giving Day. And even when East Texas Giving Day was over, we did a stewardship. You had a stewardship, a webinar training about, now you've got these donors, what are you going to do with them? And that's important for any nonprofit.
Let's see. So take us through, you created a social media campaign. And so I've gone back and reviewed some of those, and they were really good. And you didn't use the sad dogs and all that. You used positive imagery. Absolutely. So tell us about what you were trying to convey to the public when you were creating those.
Absolutely. It was our messaging. We worked really hard on that. We told a few stories, shot a few videos. We didn't do the sad Sarah McLachlan in the arms of an angel campaign. We didn't show any in kennels or behind cages or any, because that's not the image we want to portray. But one of them was about we were in the process of capital improvements, an outdoor shading project, expanding that. There was a drainage project we wanted to get done, and showing the area on that, just showing the donor, this is what your donations are going to go towards in helping us care for the dogs and cats.
Yeah. And all those are great visuals. So it helped demonstrate by using the video that you did that this is what we need done, this is what it looks like now, help us work on that. And so that was a great way to connect the donor to the actual environment. Because as you remember, at that particular time, let's go back for a few minutes. It was March. COVID had officially landed in Texas, and our governor put us in a lockdown, which meant that everyone was working remotely. So if all the times for you to implement those videos and things, it was the only way you were going to be able to convey those messages to your donors. And so it was just you used great visuals. So kudos to you on that.
Thank you.
How did you, when COVID happened initially, and we were put in that lockdown, you had to pivot your marketing strategy. So what was that like? I mean, what was on the ground level? You guys are out there, the nonprofits, trying to, you've got a marketing campaign going, and then breaks on. So what was the mindset when you were trying to reconstruct?
Match became more important because we were planning to have events out in the community. Stop by for lunch, or stop by for this, and once the changes happened and we had to pivot, the online presence became that more important, and match. So it gave us a little bit more time to make those phone calls to the donors and reach out to them. Really, an email campaign. I invested a lot of time just even putting together those videos and an email blast, things like that. And then it being my first time, just being careful and,
Yeah.
wanting to get it right.
Well, and the language you have to use is also, because you have to make sure you want to convey to the donor that it's urgent. A day of need, but there's a lot of need, and at that time a lot of people were out of work, and so you just have to be cautious how you were wording things. Talk about the match, because you mentioned it. How did you find a partner? Who did you use as a partner? I guess was it a special donor, or was it a corporate sponsor? How did you get your match?
I first talked to the board of directors about my plan with match, and let them know that they played an instrumental part in helping build this match pool and such. And then that caused them to get excited about it as well and reach out to others and bring them in. In-house, we were contacting donors that give to campaigns like this in the past, and getting them ready for East Texas Giving Day, and letting them know what we're trying to do there.
Yeah. So, do you remember how much your match was?
I want to say,
I think I have it. It was $2,300.
I was going to say 25. But
yeah. On Facebook, in your social media stuff, you used some really good pictures of your board.
That was another thing we had to pivot on. One of the things East Texas Giving Day did was you gave nonprofits yard signs. And I wanted to go take a picture of that yard sign, take the H stake out of it, and go take a picture with the donor. And then those are what we demonstrate on East Texas Giving Day, because the community sees their colleague or their friend. They have that connection to that person to inspire giving. So then we came up with another piece, I Give Because. And they wrote out either on a whiteboard or just a piece of paper and Sharpie, I give because, and then they put their reason. And so we still utilized those pictures, and then we hashtagged them East Texas Giving Day, or another hashtag we were using for the event, and posted those. And that just it inspired people to give, because again, they saw their friend doing it. They saw they weren't the only ones thinking this way.
Yeah. Did you tag the board members on those? Okay, that's helpful too, because then you're utilizing their circle of influence as well, because everyone wants that. I want to be seen, So that was good that you did that. Okay, so if memory serves me, I think your net total last year was almost $6,000. So, is there anything were you were happy with your campaign?
For the first time for us, and a one-man job, I was pretty happy. And plus, just all new for me, and I was pleased because it gives me something to build on for this year. And again, just taking the things I learned through our time together and utilizing them for this year's campaign.
Excellent. So, in your final thoughts, do you have anything that you would like to encourage or share with the nonprofits that are looking to be a part of this next year?
Absolutely. It's well worth the $100. Don't let that stop you from contributing and participating in East Texas Giving Day. The resources that East Texas Community Foundations has provided and made up for East Texas Giving Day are more than what you need to have a successful campaign. Call on your other nonprofit colleague friends, see what they did. Don't be afraid to think out of the box, and people are giving. So, don't be afraid. And also, I encourage people to utilize different methods of fund development right now. Don't be afraid to have multiple campaigns going, because again, people are still giving. So you want to utilize every outlet that you can to get that donor dollar.
Yeah. Do you know, because I didn't go back and look, so I apologize, but do you know if you got new donors out of this campaign?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So that's awesome. Congratulations. So continue to steward those people. Get them on the boat.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much, and we'll have more of these soon. And we just hope you go out and have a great and successful campaign for East Texas Giving Day 2021.